All right, guys, hopefully you've had a chance to check out some of the videos. It's just something to help you understand how to get the most out of each exercise, right? I understand that when you're out there, sometimes it's the last thing on your mind. You're thinking about your plays, you're thinking about practice, you're thinking about your girlfriend, you're thinking about whatever, what you're going to have for dinner. But ultimately, if you spend just a little bit of time building up kind of that technique in your mind, you're going to get the most out of it. I want to share in this video just a little bit about why yoga works, right? So there's stacks and stacks of science. I mean, the Seattle Seahawks do yoga before every practice and every game. It's not a matter of if it works. As sure as 1 + 1 = 2, yoga will work for you. What is yoga, right? I like to say yoga is deep breathing and gentle bending. It can be just that easy, but it's actually an integration of mind, body, and soul, right? So it's kind of bringing it all together, using the deep breathing, not just for the kind of biochemical benefits of it, but also because when we focus on the breathing, it quiets the mind and brings us more into the present moment so we can pay attention to what's going on in the body. And as we learn to pay attention to the body, to let the brain be in the body, then we begin to build that mind-body connection. That's enhancing the proprioception. That's what gives you the ability to be quicker, faster, stronger, more agile, and all that kind of stuff. That's kind of the why yoga works, the short version of it, right? And, you know, I was kind of the last guy on the planet that would have ever been into yoga, and I want you guys to understand that. I think I said in the write-up, you know, I used to think of yoga like a new age hippie cult, right? So I grew up in Alaska playing football, hockey, and soccer year-round. I was into boxing and martial arts. I just, like all about it, right? It's all about the aggression. It's all about getting out there and busting some heads. And so yoga was like for pansies who like to wear spandex. That's not my gig. So how did I get into yoga? Well, you know, being a bonehead through a series of bad decisions, I made myself, you know, I was in the military, I destroyed my body. I had 3 surgeries on that ankle right there. They were going to amputate that foot, 2 surgeries on this knee, and I was hurting. So they fused the ankle together, and I spent a decade limping around with a fused ankle. Like literally couldn't walk straight, my foot couldn't bend, and so that kind of caused all kinds of asymmetry in my hips and kinks in my back all the way up. I mean, I was hurting. Not to mention I had been in 3 major car wrecks, tossed out of the vehicle twice, driving like an idiot, right? This is all before the age of 20. So by the time I was 30, I was in a lot of pain, and I was waiting for the VA to amputate my foot, and it was just like, whoa, you know, I'm in a bad place. I'm too young to die. I can't go out like that, right? And so one night I was laying in bed, and I was just, I mean, man, tears coming down my eyes. I felt worthless. I was fat. I was stuck in this body that was broken. I couldn't take the trash out for my wife. I couldn't teach my kid how to ride a bike. It was a bad place to be. And something snapped in me that night. And I thought, you know what, self? Get your ass out of bed and do push-ups till you fall on your face, then roll over and do sit-ups until you can't sit up, because I'm in charge here. I'm going to push myself to physical exhaustion so I'm not just laying here feeling sorry for myself and hurting, right? And that was kind of that wake-up call, that spirit within me, the indomitable spirit woke up like, wait a second here, I've got to take control. I have to accept the things that I can't change, but take charge in the ways that I can take charge of my life. And somebody had recommended yoga to me at that point. I went out and bought a bunch of books and started reading. I thought, you know what, I'm going to treat it like an experiment. You know, shed the doubt and try it out. I'm going to read, I'm going to apply, I'm going to see what happens. And lo and behold, it was a couple of years later, you know, thousands of hours of yoga later before I was back on my feet, but immediately from the deep breathing, the gentle bending, I started to feel better. My pain level started to decrease a little bit. My clarity and peace of mind started to come back online. And that was a turning point, a major turning point in my life. So fast forward from that point, about 2.5 years of just intense yoga. I'm talking like 10, 12 hours a day of doing yoga. Tai Chi, Qigong, Kung Fu, but yoga. And I ended up not having to amputate my foot. I ended up shedding 75 pounds off my body, never stepped foot in the gym. Right, this is pretty remarkable stuff. The doctors are going, wow, how the heck did you do? What are you doing? I said, yoga, lots and lots of yoga. And by the time I got back on my feet, I had enough taste of yoga. I thought, maybe I'll go take a yoga class. And so I did. I went and signed up for a yoga class, and right at the class, people were like, wow, do you teach yoga? I said, no, that's my first yoga class. You know, I was kind of a closet yogi. I didn't want people to know I was doing yoga. I didn't want my buddies to know I was doing yoga. It was just kind of this weird thing. It was just for me. But as I got into it, I realized, wow, this is a really, really powerful tool. Later, I got trained up to be a yoga instructor, and there's all this vibe out there about yoga, and a lot of it's not my vibe. I wanted to be able to make yoga accessible to the people that I know, my friends and family, people with aches and pains, kind of your average, everyday, ordinary American, right? Extraordinary, ordinary Americans. People who aren't into all the woo-woo, fluffy Eastern philosophy stuff, but people who are dealing with aches and pains or who do want to increase their athletic potential. Yoga is the tool to do that. Yoga is a tool to heal and restore optimal function in the body, right? And also, in the process, understanding that this brain-body connection, the mind-body connection, is a two-way street. So what happens in the body is affecting the mental state, and what happens in the mind is affecting the physical state. And we only can learn to control that. Yoga is union, to yoke together, to bring together mental energy, physical energy as a total expression of spiritual energy, or that inner spark, that inner fire that's inside and animates you, your inner awareness, soul level awareness stuff. And all right, so that's kind of the short version on yoga. I want to share that with you guys. I've got some free yoga videos. I say yoga is like flavors of ice cream, right? Everybody likes a different flavor. There's more than 31 flavors of ice cream. So if you've never tried yoga and you're curious about it, you can check out my videos and try it. If you don't like my videos, go to YouTube. There's thousands of videos. You might find it fun to go do yoga with somebody else out there, and that's great. But if you have any questions about yoga, because I know you personally, I want to be a resource to you. So feel free to come ask me. I'm here, wide open, ready to share what I know to help you grow. So I hope you guys are having a fun time here getting all this information, and I hope that some of that can seep into your time out there in practice and on the field. I look forward to seeing you out there soon. Peace.